Hello everyone, welcome to Nilanjana's exclusive English lessons. Today I'm going to start with the first episode of the new playlist which I had stated earlier, Pygmalion. So we are going to begin the first page of Act 1. I hope all of you are with me. Do not skip any part and listen to the entire video. All right, so the play begins. The backdrop is an extremely stormy night. The setting is London and the time is 11:15 p.m. Torrents of heavy summer rain. Now, torrent refers to violent, very forceful summer rain. Cab whistles blowing frantically in all directions. Like there's a lot of chaos at this point. Imagine that, during evening time, during peak hours, what happens? The roads are completely blocked, right? There are cabs everywhere, and people find it really difficult to get a vehicle of their choice. You have to wait for hours to get an Uber or an Ola. So, similarly, you can imagine a situation quite close. Cab whistles. Now, what are cab whistles? In those days, people used to blow a whistle, okay, in order to commute. I mean, in order to get their cab. Whistles are blown to call a taxi. So, cab whistles blowing frantically in all directions. Pedestrians running for shelter into the portico of St. Paul's Church. Who are the pedestrians? People who are walking on the street. So, in order to get themselves, just to avoid being drenched, they're trying to take shelter into the portico of St. Paul's Church. Portico is like a roof supported by columns. Now, this St. Paul's Church, the writer George Bernard Shaw has specified it's not the Wren's Cathedral, but it is Inigo Jones's church in Covent Garden Vegetable Market. Ironically, this place became the place for wholesale market of flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Among them, a lady and her daughter in evening dress. And amidst this crowd, you can see a lady and her daughter. They were dressed up really nicely. Their dress revealed that they were belonging to the upper class society and they were waiting. They were waiting for a cab. But of course, they found it really difficult to get a cab because there was a lot of chaos. All are peering out gloomily at the rain except one man with his back turned to the rest, wholly preoccupied with a notebook in which he is writing. So everybody was peering out gloomily, means people were really disappointed that when the rain is going to stop, because it was really difficult to commute in this weather. But there was only one man whose face is not revealed in the first scene. And with his back turned towards the others, he was doing something over a notebook. He was scribbling something over a notebook and he was also writing down something. So I hope all of you know who is this man. I want to know in the comments. Let me see if you have heard my introductory video. I hope you can understand, but I'm not going to reveal now. Okay. The church clock strikes the first quarter. Quarter of an hour means 15 minutes past 1 hour, like it's 11:15. So with every quarter, the church clock used to strike to give an indication that the passing of every quarter. The daughter in the space between the central pillars close to the one on her left. I am getting chilled to the bone. Now there's a conversation between a mother and a daughter. Let's see what they say. Now the daughter is very irritated. She's telling, I'm getting chilled to the bone. I'm feeling extremely cold. Why? Because it's raining. The weather of London, of course, was having a toll on her. What can Freddie be doing all this time? He's been gone 20 minutes. Now Freddie is her brother. So what is Freddie doing all this while? He has gone when to get a cab and still he has not come. It's been 20 minutes that he has gone. The mother on her daughter's right. Not so long, but he ought to have got us a cab by this. So definitely not so long, but then yeah, of course, at the same time, he should have come back by this time. A bystander on the lady's right. He won't get no cab, not until 11:30, missus, when they come back after dropping their theatre fares. So what does this bystander tell? Who's a bystander? He was just standing over there. He was standing on the lady's right and he said, he's not going to get a cab. He will not be able to get a cab until it is 11:30. Mrs. is madam. When they will be available after rush of the theatre? after dropping their theater fares. So after dropping their theater fares means after the theater goers they've gone home and the crowd has really subsided, probably then he can manage to get a cab. The mother, but we must have a cab. We can't stand here until 11:30. It's too bad. So the mother tells, no, no, it's not possible. We just can't keep on waiting. It's 11:30. The bystander, well, it ain't my fault, missus. Now just note the language of the bystander and the language of the mother and the daughter. You can see a difference. The daughter, if Freddie had a bit of gumption, he would have got one at the theater door. Now, this girl, this daughter, is always criticizing about Freddie. Like this Freddie, poor boy, he's been seen from the very beginning in a very deprecating light. Okay, he's like looked down. And the daughter tells, if Freddie had a bit of a gumption, then what would happen? He would have got one at the theater door. Little bit of common sense if Freddie had, he would have really got a cab by this time. He's like a stupid headed guy. So he's basically criticized over here. What could he have done, poor boy? The daughter. Other people get cabs. Why couldn't he? So if other people can manage, why couldn't he? Now at this point, Freddie rushes in out of the rain from the Southampton street side. So this is a location. Southampton street side is a location, and he comes between them, closing a dripping umbrella. So the umbrella is really dripping. It is completely wet because he was under the heavy rain. And he's a young man of 20 in evening dress, very wet around the ankles. So you can see he almost got wet. Well, haven't you got a cab? Oh, you couldn't, manage to get a cab, Freddie. There's not one to be had for love or money. So if Freddie tells that, I tried so hard, even for love or even for money, nothing I could get. I mean, I was really trying a lot, but I couldn't get. Oh, Freddie, there must be one. You can't have tried. So mother is telling there should be one. You must not have tried your best. The daughter, it's too tiresome. Do you expect us to go and get one ourselves? So it's so exhausting. Do you really expect us to go and get a cab ourselves? I mean, no, we cannot. We are in our evening dress, so you can understand the vibes that they had. They thought that they were very elite, and it's below their dignity to go and walk in the rain and get a cab for themselves. And for that, of course, they had to depend on the men. Those who are new to the channel, I hope you're enjoying the explanation. I'm I'm going to give you the full line by line explanation of the play Pygmalion. I know it is recently introduced in your modern English curriculum. Apart from that, even other curriculums, even IB, even they have this play Pygmalion. So I hope I can be of help to you by explaining this play. So if you think it was helpful, please support the channel by liking and sharing the video as much as you can. Yeah, then let's get back. Freddie, I tell you, they are all engaged. The rain was so sudden. They are all engaged means all the cabs are occupied with passengers, and all of a sudden, this rain. Nobody was prepared, and everybody had to take a cab. I have been to Charing Cross one way and nearly to Ludgate Circus the other, and they were all engaged. So he is talking about the various locations that I had been this side one way, and then I was also in the other way, another way, but I couldn't manage even one. The mother, did you try Trafalgar Square? So Trafalgar Square is also another location. Freddie, there wasn't one at Trafalgar Square. Did you try? So the daughter is saying, did you really try? I tried as far as Charing Cross Station. Did you expect me to walk to Hammersmith? Now Hammersmith is again another location. It's a little far off locality from there. So he's saying, do you really expect me to go till Hammersmith? The daughter, you haven't tried at all. See, she is so ungrateful. She is having no consideration for this young boy. She feels that as if it is his duty to get a cab for them. The mother, you really are very helpless, Freddie. Go again and don't come back until you have found a cab. So rude, right? So the mother said, see, you're of no use. Just go until you don't get a cab, don't come back. I shall simply get soaked for nothing. So he is telling, see, it is no use to go out in the rain because right now there is no possibility of getting a cab because the crowd is too much at this point. Let the crowd subside, let the chaos subside, and obviously we can manage. So simply, I don't want to go and get myself drenched in the rain. Daughter, what about us? Are we to stay here all night in this drought? Drought is the extreme cold wind with next to nothing on. Now they did not have any warm clothes because they didn't expect a rain all of a sudden. So she's telling, do you really want me to stand here in this cold wind with no warm clothes? You selfish pig. So you selfish pig is you're so selfish, so insensible. Oh, very well, I'll go. So he goes, he tries to go, he opens his umbrella and he dashes off strandwards. He goes towards strandwards, the location. But then he comes into collision with the flower girl. In that hurry, he bumps on a flower girl who is hurrying in for shelter, knocking her basket out of her hand. She was carrying a flower basket and everything fell down. A blinding flash of lightning, followed instantly by a rattling peal of thunder, orchestrates the incident. So, the moment this happened, the collision between Freddy and the flower girl, there was a flash of lightning and also a rattling, a loud sound of thunder. The flower girl. Now then, Freddy, look why going there. Now see the accent, see the way she is talking. So, who is she? Of course, Eliza Doolittle. So see, Freddy, look where you're going, dear. Now, Freddy, she first of all, she does not know this man, and neither does she know his name. But she addresses him by Freddy. Now, which is going to bring forth some humorous instances now. So, what did she say? That see where you're going, dear. Oh no, Freddy, see where you're going, dear. Literally, um you've dropped my flower basket. Sorry, and he rushes off. He just manages to say a sorry and he goes away. The flower girl, picking up her scattered flowers and replacing them in the basket. There's manna for you. 2 bunches of violets thrown into the mat. Now she is speaking in the typical Cockney dialect. I may not be able to imitate the same thing. So I will explain it to you in English that what she's trying to say. So there's manners for you. There's no manners that you have. You don't have any manners. You can write it down. You don't have any manners. 2 bunches of violets. That means I had 2 bunches of violets. Violet is the name of flower. Trod into the mad. Mad is mud. So I had 2 bunches of violet flowers and everything was now dropped into the mud. She sits down on the plinth of the column. Plinth is the block of the column, like under the pillar. Sorting her flowers on the lady's right. The lady and the daughter was also standing there, and she was trying to sort her flowers. Now the author has described how she looked. She was not at all a romantic figure. She is perhaps 18, perhaps 20, hardly older. She was somewhere between 18 and 20. She wears a little sailor hat of black straw that has long been exposed to the dust and soot of London. So she was wearing a hat, but then that was very shabby and dirty. Its mousy color can hardly be natural. So it had a light brownish color. It was like dirty for the dust and soot that have thickened on it. She wears a shoddy black coat. Again, a very shabby light brown kind of a black coat. No, it's a black coat, not light brown. Sorry, she was a shoddy black coat that reaches nearly to her knees and is shaped to her waist. She has a brown skirt with a coarse apron. Her boots are much the worse for wear, so her boots are also extremely dirty. She is no doubt as clean as she can afford to be, but compared to the ladies, she is very dirty. Now, the author is trying to say that keeping in mind the class where she belongs to, she is perhaps somewhere between in the middle of being clean and dirty. But if you compare the ladies around her, the upper class ladies of London around her, then of course, compared to them, she's very shabbily dressed and very dirty. Her features are no worse than theirs, but their condition leaves something to be desired, and she needs the services of a dentist. So what does the author say? That she is not ugly. Her features are no worse than theirs. It is not that she's uglier than them, but their condition leaves something to be desired. But the upper class ladies of London, are well groomed. And when you are well groomed, you look nice. So, you look attractive. But she lacked that because there was no grooming on her part. She was wearing something very dirty and shabby. Though she had good features, but then, of course, she was not looking attractive. And she also needed dental caring. So she needed the service of the dentist. The mother, how do you know that my son's name is Freddy? Now, Freddy is a common name to address any guy, okay, in London that way. So, Freddy, Charlie, these are very common names. So, that way she had addressed this man as Freddy. She does not know Freddy personally. Now, the mother got suspicious that how is it possible that you know my son's name? The flower girl, oh, your son is he? So, what is the meaning of this line? You can write it down. Oh, is your son, is he? Oh, is he your son? You have lapsed in your duty as a mother. So you did not do your duty as a mother to give him a good upbringing. Why? Because otherwise, he could have helped me to spoil my flowers rather than fleeing away without paying for it. Spoil, Spawl, is spoil. A poor girl, Pore, is poor. Gel is girl. A poor girl's flowers then ran away without paying. Your son should have paid for the damage that he had done to my flowers, but he just ran away. So you did not do a good upbringing for your son. Here, with apologies, this desperate attempt to represent her dialect without a phonetic alphabet must be abandoned as unintelligible outside London. Now, George Bernard Shaw is also trying to apologize to the readers as a playwright, and he tells that, see, I've tried my best to represent the way she spoke, her dialect, with the kind of spellings you can see. So George Bernard Shaw has tried his best to replicate the dialect that she spoke, okay, without a phonetic alphabet. The daughter, do nothing of the sort, mother, the idea. So the daughter is saying, no, no, don't pay the money. Look at her idea that, how she's expecting money out of all this. Mother, please allow me, Clara. Have you any pennies? So Clara, now we know that the girl, that young girl who was, fighting for the cab, she was named as Clara. Have you any pennies? So do you have any, like, small amount of money with you? No, no, I have nothing smaller than sixpence. So he's saying, no, I have nothing of smaller amount than sixpence. Flower girl, hopefully, I can give you a change for a tanner, kind lady. So she, she's very poor. I hope you know that. And she's expecting some money. So with a lot of hope, she's telling, I can give you change. I can give you a change for a tanner. Tanner is a sixpence silver coin. The mother to Clara, give it to me. Clara parts reluctantly. Now, this is for your flowers. Thank you, kindly lady. The daughter, make her give you the change. These things are only a penny a bunch. So the daughter tells, see, please take back the change because these flowers do not cost much. It's only a penny a bunch. Do hold your tongue, Clara, to the girl. You can keep the change. So the mother gives the girl some extra money also. Now we will find out why. Oh, thank you, lady, the mother. Now tell me how you know that young gentleman's name. So this is her agenda. She wants to find out. She's just suspicious that maybe her son Freddie knows this girl, and this girl is a very poor, shabby little girl, right? So she feels it's below the dignity of Freddie to mingle with such girls. So she's telling, how do you know my son's name? I didn't. I heard you call him by it. Don't try to deceive me. Don't try to cheat me. I heard that you called his name. The girl. Who's trying to deceive you? I called him Freddy or Charlie, same as you might yourself if you was talking to a stranger and wish to be pleasant. So she tells, I just called him with a very common name in English, which is Freddy or Charlie. So if you would have addressed a stranger, you would have also done the same thing. The daughter. 6 pence thrown away because the mother had given away that money. So now the daughter tells, "Oh, what a waste of money for you. Really, Mama, you might have spared Freddie that. So please, you might have, given it to Freddie, that money, instead of giving it to the girl." She retreats in disgust behind the parlor. So with a lot of irritation, she goes behind the, not parlor, sorry, pillar. Okay, an elderly gentleman of the amiable military type. Amiable means what? Pleasant. Rushes into shelter and closes a dripping umbrella. So now an elderly gentleman, he comes inside the under that portico and he closes the umbrella. He is in the same plight as Freddy, very wet about the ankles. He is in evening dress with a light overcoat. He takes the place left vacant by the daughter's retirement. The place where the daughter was standing, he comes and takes the same position. The gentleman, phoo, this is a expression of disgust. The mother, oh sir, is there any sign of it stopping? So, sir, is there any sign that the rain is going to stop soon? Okay, so I today I'm going to stop here, the first part of the video, and I hope you have understood. For any questions, leave a comment. I'll get back to you, and please, if you think this was helpful, subscribe, share this video, give me some more, show me some motivation. My It inspires me when I see your likes and comments. It inspires me, and I can also tell you that till now there's no channel which has given you Pygmalion line by line explanation, right? And I'm really doing it so that all of you can benefit. And I'm also on other social media platforms. It's not that I'm only on YouTube. I'm also on other social media platform, on Instagram especially, where I'm sharing also other tips and strategies to improve your overall English, which is very helpful whether you are in school or in college. It really helps a lot when you know such good words, vocab, to bring that spark in your speech. So please follow me on Instagram also. I don't want you to miss out anything. And that's all. Have a beautiful day ahead. Goodbye.